And JCPS says confusion and miscommunication led to the cast and crew of a high school theater performance to believe that the district would not allow them to perform their musical.
These are Manual Youth Performing Arts School students, so they posted a video on social media that has since gone viral. It's even caught attention and support from several known celebrities.
The Wave News reporter Fernando Garcia-Francescini joining us live with what JCPS says happened.
Well, Myra, the musical in question here is called Ragtime. It's a Tony Award-winning musical that explores issues like immigration, race, identity, class, and it tells a story of three groups pursuing the American dream. So that's the production that these YPass students were working on, and they were told yesterday, after months of working on this production, that JCPS wouldn't allow them to do the play because it would, quote, offend too many people in the community. The group of students then posted a video on social media, and they were asking people to support them and reach out to JCPS.
People are being ignorant, like they don't want to learn about the history because it's going to make certain people uncomfortable, which I think is really stupid. So me and all of my friends, we went and we supported them, we reposted, we shared with everybody we knew.
That video went viral with hundreds of thousands of views on social media, and it got comments from Hollywood superstars like Sarah Jessica Parker and Kristen Chenoweth. JCPS says the production was never canceled. They say that because the musical does touch on, quote, difficult and significant parts of history, they say it was going through a review process. Students, however, had already been working on that production for months. As of right now, performances are scheduled for November and December. Live outside YPass, Fernando Garcia-Francescini, Wave News.
Thank you, Fernando.